Hi guys, John here with RealTruck.com. Today I want to show you how to install the Spec-D Projector headlights on this 1999 F-250. Alright, we've got our lights out of the box. You can see here they come with everything that we need to get them installed. Of course, your right and left side lights and also your connectors to plug them in. So let's get these into the truck. All right, so we've got our lights set up ready to go on the truck, but first we got to get the old ones out. And what we want to do then is take the, there's some slider clips right in the back here. If you look in here, you'll be able to see them. You just need to pull them straight up and out, and that'll release the top part of the light. Okay, and then there's two screws down here on the bottom. We need to take those out. And then once we have our turn signal and parking light section out, we just unhook the bulbs from the back here. So we'll just set this off to the side. And then we'll take our headlight and then just remove our bulb from our headlight. Actually, if it just comes unclipped, that's fine because we're not going to reuse that bulb anyway. Alright, so what we're going to do then is the wires for our LEDs and for our halos, we're going to hook them together, and we're going to hook those black to black and the white to the white. And then what these are going to do then is these are going to hook into our parking light bulb, so that way whenever we turn our parking lights on, then our halos and of course our LED parking lights on our new light will come on as well. Now then, once we have those all wired up together, we want to take our turn signal bulb out of our truck and then just put it in our headlight like so. And then that way when we get this set in there, we just have to plug it in. So the next thing we're going to do here is set our light up here in place, and then we'll be hooking these wires up to our parking light wiring harness. And I'll show you which ones go where here in just a second. Alright guys, on most of your automotive stuff, your brown wire is almost always your running lights. So for our parking light here, parking light, running light, same thing. We're going to attach our white wires off of our headlight onto the brown wire, and then our black wires, of course, will go onto the black wire, that's the ground. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to do that simply with Scotch locks, and we're just going to slide them over the wires. And I'm just going to get them both on here and set and ready to go for us. Alright, once we have those on there, then what we're going to do is bring our headlight back down here and start plugging stuff in. Alright, so then we're just going to take our black wires and attach them into the black wire, just like so. And then clamp this down. And then once we get that clamped down, just close it off. And then we'll do the same thing with the white wires on the other side. Clamp that down. And just latch that into place. And then I'm going to go ahead and plug our lights back in. Now, of course, our parking light is going to go back into the parking light slot. Which obviously is the smaller one that we didn't put our other bulb in. We'll twist him in there, and then we'll hook our turn signal bulb up. And then plug in our headlights. There's two things that we want to do here before we put our headlight back in then, and that is to run these all the way out to the end. And what I do is just put a pair of vice grips or something on the end of it here just to hold it, and then you can turn these by hand. And we want to run them all the way out to the end of the thread, because that's going to allow us to get our clips back on a lot easier, and we won't have to quite be fighting with it so much. Okay, so we've got these screwed out all the way to the ends of our threads. The second thing that you're going to do is go ahead and turn on your lights. Make sure everything's working properly before you get this back in there to find out that you've got a loose connection somewhere, because that'd really be a pain in the neck. So we've already done that with our light. We know everything's working, so we're ready to put it back in the truck. And we're just going to lift her back up in here. Make sure all of our wires and our plugs and stuff are not getting pinched or crimped anywhere. All right, guys, we've got our top clips back in. We've got our screws replaced. So what we're going to do then is we're going to jump over and do the one on the other side. It's going to install exactly like this one is. We'll come back and let you guys see what it looks like when it's all done. So there you have it. That's how quick, simple, and easy it is to install these Spec-D projector headlights on your truck. So remember, guys, until next time, happy motoring.